Alright, we're back.
We are back. Welcome back to the Wake Up Miami Morning Show. As you can see, now it is time for the bold CEO himself, Brian Cristiano. But first, let me say this. Brian Cristiano is a self-made entrepreneur, business strategist to Fortune 500 companies and celebrities all over the, what you say, all over the planet? I would say all over the planet. Okay, let's just say that. And we have the pleasure of speaking with him. We had the pleasure of meeting him wearing his gear that he personally handed to us. Yes, we are representing. So without further ado, Brian Cristiano. How you doing?
Good morning. It's so fantastic to see you both. I love the shirts you're representing.
Oh, yeah.
Big time. Now, for a minute, I thought he was frozen. I was about to say, this daggone thing done froze.
The technology, right? But I just stand really still while I'm waiting. So I like to trick people like that on Zoom nowadays.
How you been, man? How's everything?
I am fantastic, man, being bolder than ever. How about you two? You two, when we met down in Miami, man, you were bringing the energy more than I was bringing the energy.
I'm still
Let's go.
baby.
Let's go. All the way to the top.
We're excited. Yeah, you were here in Miami, and I could say, it felt like in the room when you stepped foot on the grounds.
Right.
Like it was just like, oh, whoa, okay. You came here to shake things up, and that you did.
Yeah.
And then immediately you had to go. Where did you go next? Because you're on tour.
Yeah, I'm all over the place. We're coming back down to Miami the end of April, so the dates are TBD, but we'll be back down there. We're going to be in Utah, sometime a little bit later in the year, up in New Hampshire right now, going to be down in New York, so we're all over the place, changing lives.
That's excellent. So we had the privilege of interviewing Brian, but our files got compromised. It happens in production. That's why I understood what happened with the thing at the Super Bowl. It happens in production. It's like Murphy's Law. Whatever can go wrong will go wrong. But the prep for that is this. You accept, correct, and move on, right?
That's it, right? We got to accept responsibility for what happens. We got to find another angle, another way, and we just move forward, right? So, and by the way, right, just again, technology. It happens. It's the world we live in. Mistakes happen.
And here we are today. Tell us about bold CEO, growing bold in your strategy. Well, without giving away too much, I know.
Too much. Yeah. No, look, I am, I'm grateful to be here with both of you. You both have a similar mindset where we are cut from the same cloth, which really is life and business are one and the same, right? Most people think like business is separate from life. Life should be separate from business, but really business is just a manifestation of you. I work with a lot of business owners, entrepreneurs like yourselves, and just general people that want to take their lives to the next level. And the common thread of the people that become the most fulfilled and the most successful are always the people that don't expect things to be perfect. They take a lot of action, but they're really clear on what they want, what the conclusion is, what the outcome is that they're trying to achieve, and why do they want it. And then it comes down to, now let's build a strategy or a blueprint around the outcome that you want. Most people just start with a to-do list and a bunch of stuff we have to get done. It's Monday, hurry up, let's catch up. But that's reactionary, and most people live in reactionary mode where everyone else is dictating the time. They get a million emails coming in, they get a task list, and then they get to the end of the day and wonder, why? I don't feel like I got anything accomplished. And it's because they weren't in control. They were reactive. And you got to figure out, what do you want to accomplish first, and then what do you have to do to achieve it second?
You are speaking my language, absolutely. That is something that he'll tell you, that's something I'm always preaching. I hate being in a reactionary position because I pride myself on being so proactive. So when I don't have proactive folk around me, it kind of frustrates me. I'm like, there was a way to prevent this. There was a way to prevent this.
Yes.
But, it's discipline and not being upset about things. You have a quote that you recently posted. The worst thing is not to fail. Talk about that for a minute.
Yeah. The worst thing isn't actually to fail. Most people spend their lives and their careers trying to not mess up and to not fail. But here's the thing. You're going to fail and mess up in something anyway, no matter how hard you try to avoid it. But the reality of the matter is it comes down to, instead of thinking about how do I not mess up, how do I not fail, or how do I ensure my success, instead of thinking that way, zoom out to the end of your life and look backwards and pretend and say, where did I spend my time? Right? Because we don't get any more time back. That's it. We spend that time every single day. You can make more money. You can make more friends. You can change your, what you're doing tomorrow. You can start a new career, but you can't get any more time. And so we always got to think about looking backwards from the end of your life. Like, are you happy with how you spent your time? Because most people, unfortunately, in America, 90% of people are consider themselves unhappy. 90%. Only 10% of Americans feel that they're actually happy. And so I'm like, listen, I don't care if you want a business, if you want to build the next Amazon, you want to be on the Super Bowl, I don't care. It doesn't matter what you want to achieve. It's how can you be happy and fulfilled through your path and through your journey every single day?
So my thought process is this, Brian, and I want to ask you, because you have a day in business, what are some of your end of the day questions that you ask yourself?
Oh, that's a great question, by the way. I'm always looking backwards at the end of the day and saying, what did I actually accomplish today? How in control was I? Did I dictate what I spent my time on, or did circumstances dictate what I spent time on? And then I sit down and say, okay, well, what do I need to focus in on tomorrow to achieve the 3 biggest outcomes that I want to achieve? See, most people either have no idea what they want to accomplish or have 50 things they want to accomplish, and either way just ends up in stress, frustration, anxiety. And it's about taking a few things that you really want to have impact on and staying focused and taking action on those few things, but also looking backwards at the end of the day and say, well, how did I spend my time? What can I learn from today? What could I have done better? And then how am I going to spend my time tomorrow?
I love that. That are my sentiments exactly. Because I'm a business owner. I'm a CEO. Mm-hmm. I'm bold in my stance. But I often get distracted, and I know that.
Yeah.
Often get distracted. So my thought process, minimize the distractions. And I have a full plate of things to do, and often I try to run through everything. But then my thought process this morning, after having traveled to New York, by the way, I just got back. I was up there with you guys. Is, Andre, do a little bit of the things that are A-listed. Handle those, and then everything else will begin to start falling into place. Right? That's what it is. I love your energy and the way you deliver. You are so poised. Where did that come from? Were you always a bold person or bold CEO?
No, I think deep down I was, right? I think deep down we all have what we need. But, I grew up in a very blue collar family, and amazing people have supported me. But, I was taught really to think very small and do what everyone does and go to school and get a degree and slowly work your way up. And I just knew that I wanted more. I knew that I could be more. I knew that I could accomplish more. And so I was always frustrated and felt like I could be achieving more. I could, experience more in my life than the people that I saw around me. And, it took, it actually took my father passing away when I was 17 years old. He passed away on his last day of work, his day that he was supposed to retire. Wow. And that, to me, made me realize, right, like we were talking about before, of saying, well, how are you spending your time? Because he had all these big dreams and these goals that he wanted to achieve, that he was going to put all of his time and energy and effort in, that he was super passionate about after he retired. But he didn't get a chance. Right. And so that changed me, and I said, wow, I've got to be bold. I've got to step up. I've got to do what I want to experience and achieve now and accomplish and really spend my time the way that I want to spend my time, not how others expect me to spend my time, because we're limited. Every day that we wake up, it is a blessing, and we should be grateful that, hey, we get another shot. Right. And that, to me, is, that changed the way that I viewed a lot of things, life and business, and it really pushed me constantly, and I'm still pushing myself to really ask myself, like, how am I really being bold? How am I being my best self, right? What else can I accomplish and achieve that I also am going to enjoy, that I'm going to be fulfilled at?
That is outstanding. All right, before we go, one other thing. Here's another thought. You are such an inspirer. You inspire me.
Inspire me.
And I like to be around like-minded individuals, so that helps propel me. For someone like you, who do you fuel up on? Is there a person that you fuel up on? Is there a place or a thing? Like, what gives you the inspiration to motivate others so well and move others so well?
You know, that's a great question. It's a few things for me. You know, number one, I try to look at people that I believe have achieved some level of success. And that doesn't necessarily mean financially. It could be people that are super successful in sports or the arts or business, billionaires, etc. But not just success on that surface level, that they love it, that's what they do, right? Like every day, like you look at a Richard Branson, you go, okay, he's a billionaire, but you know he loves every minute that he wakes up. He's genuinely that happy every single day. And you say, well, how can we be that? Whether you have $1 billion or $2, you know, how do you be that happy and that fulfilled every single day? And so I study a lot of those different people. I try to get, you know, into those circles, and I interview a lot of different people. And I've been lucky enough to spend a lot of time with very successful individuals. And I always just try to find those commonalities of what fuels them, what gets them excited and motivated every day, and also to be very successful in something that they do. That's one. And then the second part is, as I work with more and more business owners and we continue to grow, and we get that feedback when we impact somebody. For example, because you guys were down at the event in Miami, we actually got a letter a few days after, not from someone who was there, but from an employee of one of the business owners that was at our strategy workshop. And this person said, I want to thank you. My boss came back and was the most impactful he's ever been. He's been so motivational. He's motivating me, and he made some changes and got rid of some of the toxicity in our company. I just wanted to thank you because that was something that was bothering me for a very long time. And that's the stuff that fuels me, because that's the impact that I want to have.
Oh, I just got chills from that. That's an exciting moment when, you know, not just the person, but the people that you impacted him and he impacted others, and to write you about that. It's incredible.
Yes.
All right, so
it's amazing.
Brian, we have to take a commercial break. We do not want you to go anywhere, okay? Hang around for a little while. We got like 2-3 minutes, show some excellence in our community, and then we're gonna come right back to you. Cool?
Let's do it.
My man, I love you. I do. You are the bomb.
We'll be right
back.
Appreciate you.
Commercial break.
Folklife Friday is an open-air market event that features vending entrepreneurs, music and entertainment, along with community economic development. It started as a yearly event when Commissioner Arthur Teal was in office and has grown to a monthly community event. Jackie Bell is the founder of New Washington Heights CDC. She is also one of the contributors to the redevelopment plan for Overtown that was done with Gwen Cherry and the Community Relations Board. Folklife Friday allows startup businesses an opportunity to grow their business and operate as a stepping stone for true business enthusiasts. From conch salad to barbecue ribs, clothing, and much more, Folklife Friday offers the community an event that's fun and entertaining. Folklife Friday has honored many of our community leaders, along with up-and-coming businesses that service the community. Most successful businesses in the community has consulted and sought the guidance of Jackie Bell, along with participating in the Folklife Friday event. Folklife Fridays happen monthly on the first Friday of every month at the 9th Street Pedestrian Mall from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. And you can find us on all social media platforms. Folklife Friday, food, entertainment, arts, crafts, and more. In our community, we are hands-on, putting foot to pavement and establishing real connectivity with our neighbors. Our aim is to have access to that which promotes a healthier and happier lifestyle in our neighborhood. Tactical urbanism is a way of engaging our community with fun, interesting, and artistic pop-ups that encourages everyone to participate and nurture pride as a collective. We do this because we have a dedication to serve our community for life.
Suite 110 Urban Wear, located in the heart of Overtown, has the right style for you. Home of the official Towner for Life brand and historic Overtown apparel.
Located at 1490 Northwest 3rd Avenue, Suite 110.
Come shop for your next outfit. Suite 110 carries an amazing variety. From jeans, tees, sweats, and hoodies to shoes and accessories, Suite 110 has it all for you. So come on down to town and enjoy the sweet life at Suite 110.
Elite Natural Essence, 100% natural organic teas, skin, hair, and body care essentials. Unlock the healing power of nature. Treat yourself daily to our moisturizing body washes and body butters. Enhance your inner essence with our elite teas, including Orange Smoothie and our elite Flat Belly Cleanse Tea. We also have our new Banberry Anti-Old Skincare line for your skincare needs. At Elite Natural Essence, we pride ourselves in providing superior quality essentials as well as enriching the lives of our community through education of natural and healthy living. Elite Natural Essence is now available on Walmart.com and the Walmart app nationwide, or visit our website, www.elitenaturalessence.com. Free shipping on orders $75 or more when you enter the code ELITESHIP. Elite Natural Essence. Be beautiful, be elite.
Welcome back to the Wake Up Miami Morning Show. We are back with Brian Cristiano. Now, Brian, you wanted to touch base on what was the best Super Bowl commercial. I have two, and I don't know what your picks are, but you'll tell me. My first one was Cut Water. Cut Water, to me, it was like, oh, you're sending a shout out to the lazy people, right? But the whole concept, as you're watching them, like, the lazy people, what? The whole concept at the end was doing things smarter, not harder. And I got that message. And the other one was the T-Mobile commercial. I thought that their sales pitch with that commercial was just awesome. What were your picks and why?
Oh, man. Well, first of all, before I get into my picks, what a celebrity-studded every possible commercial. I feel like everyone in Hollywood was making some bank last night. It was really interesting. And I always look at it and say, well, it cost around $7 million for every 30 seconds. So was it worth it? Well, I had a bunch that I liked. But the one that stood out to me the most, by far, that I think was the absolute biggest home run, believe it or not, was Coinbase. And the reason for that is you like that one too? You saw that one? Here's the thing. It didn't hit on everybody. People that aren't into crypto were like, what is this thing? This is silly. People that, were outside of the millennial or Gen X, generations, younger or older, probably like, what the heck is this? But here's the thing that I think the Super Bowl overall really hit on last night, which was nostalgia. Right? We got Dr. Dre, we got Eminem, Mary J. Blige. It was amazing. Like for me, growing up with all that was like, yes, like I'm reliving the 90s right now. And then for Coinbase to basically play off the exact same nostalgia and have that DVD, screensaver thing going around where, we remember as kids, watching that and going like, is it going to hit the corner and bounce back down? And, it did at the very end of the ad. But here's the thing, it's always very difficult to say, does a company make their money back after spending millions and millions and millions of dollars in 30 seconds on the Super Bowl? And I can tell you Coinbase did. Their website crashed because they got so much traffic. And Coinbase is not a website in which, they're not apt to, they're not set up for tons of traffic. They are set up for basically infinite amounts of traffic, and it still crashed, which tells you how many people actually took action, used that QR code, went to the website for Coinbase. And I think that from a business perspective and being a little bit bold was it.
Wow, I didn't know that they crashed. We definitely have Coinbase in here. Yes, we're subscribed to all the crypto, Bitcoin, life and stuff. It's just amazing what's going on. What are your thoughts for where things are going now with crypto world and how does that affect businesses to come, because you're right at the forefront of coaching those businesses?
Yeah, I think it's very interesting. It's very clear that cryptocurrency, whether we're talking about Bitcoin or we're talking about altcoins, it's the future for sure. The question just becomes which is the winning horse? Right? There's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of altcoins that you can buy. There's NFTs now. Some people are going to make tons, ridiculous amounts of money, create a lot of FOMO. There's going to be a lot of people that are not as happy 3-5 years from now. And so I think you got to be careful in the space. I think you got to be really smart. You got to invest money that you can invest. If you're going to invest, I think you got to be very smart and really do your due diligence about what is the company, what are they trying to solve with their technology over the long haul. And I think also too, it's such an early stage. It's the Wild West, right? Like, how does this play out? It's not going to be 5,000 players. It's going to be a handful that win 5, 10, 15 years from now, but that becomes the new way that we transact.
Right. I've been saying that. I've been saying the precise same thing you just said, that there's so many players. It's just like you have so many different currencies out here. Which currency is going to be over the next currency? It's the same thing. It's the same exact thing. But I like that you have that projection. And I think that what advice, I mean, you just gave some advice. But moving into being bold, what advice would you give a startup business or someone getting into business as far as how possibly they may be able to gravitate into that mindset?
I think it's two things, right? Especially somebody starting out or building a business for the first time. It's tough. It's filled with challenges. I don't want to say, hey, expect there to be problems, because I think that also manifests problems, but I think expect it to not be smooth. Because when people have expectations that everything's going to work out, they become disappointed. And so it's look at the challenges that come up and don't look at it as, oh my gosh, maybe I shouldn't be doing this. Maybe I shouldn't be in business. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe everybody who told me not to do it was right, because that's how I felt 20-something years ago. But the reality of the matter is that's just part of the process. It's part of the game. So you got to look at the challenges that come up and say, what can we learn from this? How can we use this to our advantage? How can we maybe flip it around and actually use it as an opportunity? So I think looking at challenges as learning lessons and potential opportunities is number one. And then the other part really is finding small wins, because we can have this huge vision and we could be looking at this skyscraper that we want to build, proverbial skyscraper, and we're thinking about the wallpaper we're going to put on floor 73. But it's like, you know what? Why don't you just get a shovel and break some dirt? Right? And sometimes you have to be the one that picks up the shovel, and you just got to start making progress. You got to get those little wins, because I really believe in momentum, but momentum works in two ways. You can have positive momentum that propels you forward, but you can also have negative momentum when just you feel like you're taking one step forward and two steps back. That's negative momentum. And so to break that is you got to get little, small wins with frequency, keep an eye on the bigger picture, but don't get so caught up in it that it slows you down and frustrates you. Figure out what win can I get this hour? What win can I get today? What win can I get this week? And those little wins will start to create momentum and take you towards that bigger goal, so long as you're clear on the bigger goal you want to achieve.
Absolutely. And you know, it's great that you say that, because I gave this guy right here a 500 goals challenge. I've already started mine. Last time you saw me, I was at 60. I'm at 70 now. So
a whopping 10.
That's right.
But she has
and
more
it's
than
the little things.
It's the little things.
We got 500
Yes.
goals. It's the little things. Tell the people, we are so excited to have you here and can't wait for you to come back. We're definitely going to attend. I'm going to sign up with your course. I have to. For my business as a realtor, I have to.
Can they find the course?
And where can they find out more about you and your course and just join everything that you're doing?
Absolutely. Two very simple places. Anywhere on social media, I'm at Bold CEO. Very active on Instagram, Twitter. Otherwise, you can go to my website, www.bold.ceo. That's it.
That's it. See? Simplicity.
Nice and easy.
That was a small win. That's a small win
Exactly.
right there. Like, I don't need to, I'm not going to confuse them and bombard them.
Like,
Very simple.
No.
At Bold CEO.
That's it.
It's called
That's it.
Street
At
Marketing.
Bold CEO or bold.ceo is my website.
He just taught y'all some branding. That was a branding tip right there.
That's exactly what it is. Yep.
Brian, we want to thank you for joining us so much this morning. It's always miraculous talking to you. It's phenomenal. It's all those adjectives. And yeah, I enjoy speaking with you so much. And we look forward to seeing you in Miami. So when you come, please let us know that
Yes.
you're here so we can come and redo what we did before.
Oh, 100%. It's so amazing to see you both. You're both just the most amazing, positive people, and I love being around you too. I get it just as much energy from you. And so thank you both. It was great to see you, and have an amazing rest of the week.
You too.
All right,
You
take
too,
care.
everybody. All right.
Now
take
go
care.
be bold.
Love you back. That's my guy.